What is a woman? This definition seems to escape some people, but seems to be very easy and clear to others. Some people say that a woman is whatever you define a woman to be to you, which really is the same as saying a woman isn't anything in particular, and therefore doesn't have a definition, therefore everything is a woman and nothing is a woman. Some other people say a woman is not something that they can define, because they're not a biologist. Strange, but that still doesn't help. Neither of these are definitions. They're refusals to define. They are lack of definition, which means nothing. Now, on the other side of this debate, you have adult human female, which is technically correct. Adult human female is what a woman is. What part of that is contentious? It's not adult. We know what an adult is. 18 and up, generally speaking. Anyone below that is considered to be a teenager or a child. Human, if you don't know what a human is, I don't think this is the right video for you. And female. So when people argue over the definition of woman, female is the bit that they're really arguing about. Let's shift our focus to what a female is. I have a simple way of defining what a female is, which completely eliminates any arguments about this. But let's review the arguments really quickly, just so that we know where we stand. The people who see females as, well, traditional, conventional people with female sex organs, female secondary sex characteristics, they just see females as females. That's the end of it. You know, what's a female? Well, people with these things that you can see. But then they're opposed by people who say, now wait a minute. What about people who have malformed sex characteristics? What about people who don't have a specifically defined or well-defined, or even have both male and female sex characteristics downstairs? Well, that throws a bit of a monkey wrench into it, because if they don't have a vagina, they're not a woman, right? That's not a female if they don't have a vagina. Okay, well, a female has ovaries and can reproduce and bear children. Well, what about sterile women? And you see this, how this argument just goes down a rabbit hole. What's a woman? Well, every time you try to define a woman by these characteristics, there's always some kind of an exception. And it makes it difficult to actually define a woman. Oof. Oh, I started this video out trying to define a woman, and now here I am in the swamp. So what do we do? Well, oh, a woman has breasts. Well, there are some women with completely flat chests, so that doesn't work. A woman has a pointier jawline. It's not a square here, and okay, but there are women that have very masculine characteristics, so that doesn't work either. Oh, well, women have their musculature is not as thick. They store fat in different places, but there are men that are like that too. So we're out in the weeds here. And this is why the definition of a woman is continuing to be viewed as this muddy thing. So, what's the trump card? Nah, pun not intended there. About the women debate. Well, what can you just pull out and go, this is a woman. That's the end of this argument. Well, you whip out chromosomes. What's a woman? A woman is XX and a man is XY. Oops, because guess what? The opponents have another point to make, and that point knocks that down too. You can knock down the chromosome argument. What about Turner syndrome? One X chromosome, not another X chromosome, typically manifests as female. What about Fragile X syndrome? It's 2X, but there's a piece missing from one. What about Klinefelter syndrome, which is XXY? What about all of these different genetic abnormalities? There are people with other different chromosomal configurations. They don't fit. that you can't take XX, XY and make that man and woman because there are these people, and yes, they are generally exceptions. They are rarer, much rarer than XX, XY, but the chromosome argument just blew up too. So what do? You don't have the chromosome argument. You don't have the outer physical appearance arguments. You don't have the genitalia argument. You don't have the whole ovary reproductive system argument, because, there are some women that don't have functioning reproductive systems. Does a hysterectomy now mean that you're not a woman? Does not having a properly formed genitalia mean you're not a woman? So, yeah, there's sort of this ambiguity here now. What do? We're lost. This is a great summary of the debate, and the reason that despite people trying to say, no, it makes perfect sense what a woman is, you're just trying to muddy the waters, every single time those people try to say something, they get stymied. They just can't argue against it because there's always something. There's always some exception to a generalization that makes that generalization not apply to 100% of the population. But I am here with the solution. I have the solution to this argument that completely eliminates all further argument. A woman. Actually, we have to define what a man... Oh my God. A woman is not a cat. Please ignore that. That's my phone. A woman is not a man. A man is not a woman, right? Ironically, to define what a woman is, we need to define what a man is. A man is a human with an XY chromosome configuration, or an XXY. In fact, this is the kicker. Any chromosomal configuration that has a Y chromosome is a man. Any chromosomal configuration that does not have a Y chromosome is a woman. That's it. That's how you define man and woman. You will never be able to technically change your chromosomal gender. Presence of a Y chromosome makes someone a male. Even if they have female genitalia for some reason, even if they develop breasts, even if they have feminine musculature, even if they have surgeries to attempt to change the way that they appear outwardly, Y chromosome makes you a man. Lack of any Y chromosome makes you a woman. That will never change. This is the fundamental definition of man versus woman. Presence or lack of a Y chromosome. That's it. You're done. There is no further argument to be had. Oh, all that chromosomal stuff we just discussed? Doesn't matter. Turner syndrome? XO. XO. Well, no Y. So they're women. And they are, in fact, women. Turner syndrome women are women. Klinefelter syndrome? XXY? There's a Y. These are always males. And so you see, male and female is determined by chromosome, specifically by presence or absence of Y chromosome. It covers all the possible exceptions. End of story. And no, a fragile X is not a Y. It's still an X. It's just damaged. So no, don't give me that crap where you go, oh, look, the shapes look the same. You know that that's not true. So if anyone asks you how you define a woman, instead of saying adult human female, perhaps what you say is adult human with no Y chromosome. That's it. You're welcome. End of debate. Have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, JodyBruchon.com to support me. Take care.